There we go. How's that? We're here today because in front of Senator Robach's office because the senator has failed to take any meaningful leadership on dealing with the issues of hydrofracking. In fact, he's kind of invisible on the issue and is also not supporting legislation that would address the concerns about safety and health that the communities face. So we're here to make a statement about that issue, and hopefully he'll feel more obliged to be responsible. In addition to that, there are some other things that need to be connected here that are happening, because this is actually across the country and across New York movement to ends up in pretty much destroying the environment. Evidence of that is that just as of yesterday, a small community outside of the Jersey Shore in Pennsylvania, were members of that community who had lived there for years were evicted, and the reason they were evicted was because a large water company, Aqua America, bought the land and they rezoned it without really community input, which is allowing them to evict these people in order for them to put large piping across this largely rural area in order to connect up with the Susquehanna River, which is a large, very important river, into the Chesapeake Bay, which then affects people's drinking water, or could if it was contaminated. And what they're going to do is they're going to, in order to provide the hydrofracking what it needs for large amounts of water, is they're going to be extracting millions of gallons per day. 6 to 8 million gallons a day in order to do the fracking, which is a huge amount of water, as you can tell. And the results of that will have on the river are, of course, enormous, and will affect many other things regarding the health and safety of people. But the other piece of these people that were evicted are primarily poor. They found a lot of strength in being able to stay together and continue supporting their families, and now they're out and have to find what they can find for themselves. The other component here is this recent, just as of yesterday, the media announcing Cuomo's plan to try testing hydrofracking to see if it's going to work, which raises, a kind of question of how long do you test something before you see it's going to work? I mean, we know there's a lot of risk with this that have already been documented, and while further investigation is always helpful, the issue here is when you do a testing, how long does that testing then go into actually expanding and implementing without,
There's no difference between testing and real fracking, and where's the fracking going to happen?
Well, it's going to be in New York. It's going to be in the areas in the southern tier, near the Finger Lakes and five counties. There is, I think, some hopeful news, because we need hopeful news, and that is the fact that they have indicated that communities who do not want it can establish moratoriums or bans to not have it. That has to be carefully expanded, because if the more communities do it, the less chance there is for the companies to want to do it. However, it's questionable politically. The governor seems to want to put himself in a position that no matter what he does, he can win pieces of things so that he can look like he's going to be really in a position to run for president in the next election in 2016. So the strategies he used are questionable because his motives are questionable, and because how do you draw lines on things when you're testing them? Where do you draw the line between a test and an actual happening that's going to be long term?
There's no difference.
And there probably is no difference in when you do that, because the political will is trying to make money at the cost of serious environmental concerns.
What do you want to tell Robach today?
Well, first we want to tell Robach I really want to tell him is to look at the serious consequences of hydrofracking and to support a ban on it. In the meantime, what he needs to do is reach out to the communities and allow people to become more informed. There's still, unfortunately, a lot of people who are not informed, especially in these local communities. I mean, Greece, we're standing in Greece, a town outside of Rochester, and I don't think they've had any open community meetings at all. They need to do that. They need to do that, and Robach needs to be a leader in order to provide the mechanisms for doing that.
Is Robach coming out here? I don't think so. Oh, we didn't take him this morning, maybe.
I would think